Yes, welcome back, my friends, my family, my subscribers. Welcome to March Madness. Doesn't start in March, but March Madness starts now. I am your host. I am the Michael Jordan of picking. Yes, I am Mr. March, last name Madness. Thank you for tuning in. Please, if you're a first-time viewer, subscribe. Please, if you want to win your bracket, subscribe. Please, if you want to have bragging rights come March, subscribe. Please, if you want to be the talk of the town, the talk of the cooler, the talk of your workplace, because every workplace has a March Madness bracket, please just subscribe and listen to me, the champion. The Mr. March Madness doesn't start in March, but March Madness starts now. I'm your host, Mr. March. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for hitting the ding. Now, college basketball has started. It's been underway for like 30 days, which is like a month. And we had some tremendous game. We had some nail biters. We had some coaches that want to rip their shirt and throw chairs everywhere, but they don't do that. We've had some delightful, surprising teams that nobody thought would be there. So I just want to give you a quick rundown of what I saw in the past 30 days and hopefully what you've seen as well. And we're going to use that come March to win our bracket, because that's what we do, because that's why I'm Mr. March, last name Madness, and you know it. Say it with me. March Madness doesn't start in March, but March Madness starts now. Thank you very much. Let's look at past 30 days. The team that is surprising everybody, and I don't even think anybody would think this team would be in the top 10, is Purdue. Boilermakers. Their coach has been there forever. He has a system. He has a formula. It's working. They have a 1-2 punch in big man, Zach and Mr. Williams. I call him Mr. because I want to respect him, because I don't want to get boxed out by the guy. Okay, and they have Jaden Ivey, or Jaden, just call him Jaden. Okay, he's a guard. He's tough, and they're number 1 in the country, but they went down to Rutgers. And how fitting was it that Ron Harper Jr.'s son hit the game winner? Ron Harper was a hooper for I think he played for LA Clippers, and you know he's a champion for Chicago Bulls. The team that showed the most toughness, okay, in these first 30 days is UConn. They went in the Battle of Atlantis, and they came out 2-1. They showed they can play. So come March time, they might win their first round. Depends who they get paired with. It depends. It could be a 5th seed, higher than a 5th seed. Who is still playing defense, who is still nobody really talks about, and they're from the Big 12. They're from Waco, Texas, and they always do this Paul thing. I'm going to do it. Shouts out to you-know-who. The Baylor Bears. They're ranked number 2 in the nation, and with that loss that Purdue lost, they're going to be number 1. Scott Drew has his team doing the same thing. And you notice from time past with Baylor, they used to do the 2-3 zone. But now they just play hard-nosed, one-on-one, man-on-man defense. You come at me, I'm going to pivot, I'm going to move. Yes, I shook the camera. Yeah, that's what happens when you play good defense. You shake the arena, and that's what they've been doing. Biggest upsets, okay? And please forgive me because I've been talking so high about Florida, and it's just shocking. Look, you have to play every week, every day, week in and week out to your best abilities, because everybody's plays D1 basketball. That doesn't mean they're scrub. And Texas Southern showed them they were not scrubs by beating Florida in Florida, in the O'Connell Center, I believe. Can you imagine? Texas Southern. That means those guys didn't even wake up. They probably partied all night till about 4 in the morning. Probably an early game. They didn't care. They thought Texas was nothing. Texas Southern, that is a great win for their resume. And who knows? If they make it to the tournament and they win their division or win their league, you will have to say, if Texas Southern can go into a hostile environment, and add that if they're in the Midwest region, okay, their fans are going to show up because it's March Madness time. They might show up. They might beat 1 or 2 teams. They might, I mean, they could go into a Sweet 16. Who knows? It's March Madness, but they beat Florida. That's why I said non-conference games are very crucial and vital, okay? And let's not forget Murray State. I give them a clap, because they went and played Memphis. I don't know what Penny Hardaway's problem is. Maybe it's the suits. I don't know. Maybe it's the shoes, because he's a great recruiter. But the X's and O's, because how can you have so much talent and not produce? But then again, Come March Madness time, you remember Syracuse some years ago, everybody counted them out. They're the 11th seed. I think they went to the Elite Eight. So who knows, maybe the team will click at the right time. But what if they don't even win their conference? What if they're not even 6th, 7th in their conference? And in their conference play, I don't think that many people will get that many teams will go in. What about the best conference game? Yes, in my time, I'm in Nigeria, so I woke up at 4 o'clock in the morning to watch the game. Duke versus Gonzaga, beautiful game. It was wonderful. Dick Vitale is back. Chop it, Dick. Thank you very much. He's back, and it was a great sight to see. It was when you know college basketball is back. Now, the conference that's going to have the most teams, from what I see now, is the SEC. They have a lot of players, a lot of teams, and LSU is my surprise pick for them. If they continue to play hard, Auburn is there, Kentucky, LSU, like I mentioned, Bama. Okay, Bama went in and slapped Gonzaga. Another good game, but it didn't make my cut. They have, okay, let me see. Let me recap. Arkansas, okay, they play the Phoenix Suns style of basketball. And the Phoenix Suns I'm talking about is with Amari Stoudemire, Sean Marion, and the kid that drops more dimes than Darryl Strawberry is Steve Nash. So thank you for subscribing to my channel for just a little month recap of what's been going on in college basketball. I hope that helps. Don't forget, I'm the #1 picker in Globe. I even pick in March. Mr. March, last name Madness. March Madness doesn't start in March, but never forget this: March Madness starts now, because if you don't watch these key games and you don't, I was gonna give you a good tip. I'll give it to you at the next channel. You enjoy your day. Good morning, good night, good afternoon, wherever you're calling from. My name is March, last name Madness. March Madness doesn't start in March. Let me do the Hulk Hogan.